DJ, let's go ahead and start this one off on the right foot. 5-game losing streak snapped against Pepperdine. Your thoughts behind that? Knowing this is your senior year, this is probably the second to last time you're going to see that team.
Everyone's a tough team. In prior years, they had guys like Stacey Davis, who was obviously a tough card. This year, they have guys like Amar. Thank you, Coach. And Reyes. Those guys are talented players. We know that coming in, so we knew that we had our work cut out for us. We knew that we were going to have to defend at a high level. And obviously, those guys did score, but we did get some key stops late in the game tonight. And I think that was the biggest thing, just getting the stops when we needed them the most. And they extended the game actually by fouling, and we were able to step up to the line and make our free throws tonight, which helped seal the deal in the game. So I think we did a good job late down the stretch in that last 4-minute war of closing out the game.
Two guys that you're very familiar with as far as going up against Pepperdine, Lamar Murray, you just mentioned, Jeremy Major, another guy you just mentioned. Talk about those two guys. They seem to be the two catalysts on that team.
Yeah, talented guys. Just like the rest of the players in the conference, every team has their go-to guys. They're their go-to guys. They bring it every night. Majors, a lot of people talk about his offensive ability. He's actually a very good on-ball defender. So obviously Murray got his shots in tonight. He made some key buckets for his team. Like I said, I think late down in the stretch of the game, we did a good job of just honing in on those guys and trying to make things difficult for them. Even if they did miss shots or even if they made the shots, we just tried to make it difficult and follow through with our game plan. And I think that was the key in tonight's victory.
Talk about your performance tonight. 25 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. You were pretty much all over that court. A lot of it was helped by your teammates making their shots like they needed to, but it seemed like that you controlled this game as much as you wanted to at this point.
Well, coming in, we went to BYU and we didn't play well. And for me personally, I didn't feel very good after that game. I knew that was a game that we could have won in a tough environment and compete in at a very high level because we did that last year. So obviously we didn't do that. So I came into tonight's game with a chip on my shoulder, just ready to compete, do whatever it takes to win. Kind of take the approach by any means necessary, whatever it takes to win. So I'm glad I was able to get to the free throw line, make my free throws tonight, find the open teammates. I'm just glad I was able to do whatever it took to win tonight, and that's the biggest thing for me.
What was the difference in the second half compared to the first half? The first half started a little slow, but the shot selection was actually really good, shooting over 50%, actually close to 60% for the first half. The second half a little slower, but the shots weren't falling, but it seemed like that the Tigers' defense was doing very well against that team.
Exactly. So if you don't have one thing going, you have to have the other thing going. So we weren't making shots, so we had to rely on our defense in order to keep us in the game. But one thing we did do tonight is we made timely shots once again. When we needed buckets the most, that's when we got them. And obviously, we have to be a little more well-oiled on offense down the stretch in games because that's what it's going to take to win this conference. But we made timely buckets tonight. We got to the line and we only missed 1 or 2 free throws in the second half. So that was huge for us because lately we haven't been shooting free throws well. So a combination of making timely shots and making our free throws and finding the open man when necessary was what helped us pull this game out, as well as on the defensive end, trying to contain Murray and Major and Reyes as well.
A little bit something that doesn't show up on the stat sheets is the hustle. I think that this is probably one of the very first times that I've seen 2 consecutive halves that the Tigers were all around that ball, defensively, offensively. Can you tell me what looked like the difference was? Because it looked like that they were pretty much everywhere. It doesn't, like I said, it's that stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Well, 50-50 balls are huge. Not only do they get you a possession, but they give you energy. I think that's the biggest thing is momentum. So when you get those 50-50 balls, or you got guys diving out of bounds, slapping the balls in, it gives you energy, it gives you a boost. So when shots aren't falling, and you need that energy, you come down the next possession, and so happen the shots going because you're playing basketball the right way, you're playing hard, and in turn, it makes things a little easier for your team. So I think we did a good job of just trying to dive on the ground for balls, coming up with any ball that we can tonight, getting some key defensive stops, and I'm glad we could do that tonight.
Talk a little bit about Jack Williams. I know we don't like to go individually too much, but he was another guy that had a double-double tonight. 17 points, a couple of huge, big three-point shots that were hit by him. Talk a little bit about what he's done tonight and really started to seem like he's fitting in very well. I mean, he's fit in well throughout the season, but tonight was really a good game for him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. the biggest thing about Jack is everyone talks about his shooting. Jack's a warrior, man. If his shot's not going, you can count on Jack to get you some rebounds. And it just so happened that his shot was going tonight, and he was getting rebounds, and he was playing his butt off. So I'm glad we have Jack out here. He makes things a lot easier for guys like myself. Obviously, when I come off pick and rolls and the big chooses to stay, I can throw that ball back, and I can count on him to make those threes because he stretches the floor so well. So Jack is a great addition to this team, and I'm glad to have him.
A couple games on the road, your thoughts as you start to take on USF and go on further on down the rest of the WCC?
Something that we have to do is stay together, stay tough, play with energy, play with effort, and play with passion. If we compete at the highest level, then we'll be okay. When we don't compete is when we get in trouble. You can miss shots. You can miss some assignments, but if you play hard, playing your hardest, and you're competing, then you'll make up for some of those mistakes. So going on the road, you have to compete because you're going to go play in some hostile environments. And for every team, they mark home games on their calendar as wins. They have to get those wins. So we have to go in and we have to be the most desperate team, and we have to compete at a very high level. And if we do that, we should take care of our business.